Ready?
No. Are we ever ready? No, but yeah, okay. Let's begin. So, welcome to another episode of Generation Weekly. I am Jawad, the editor of Game Recon, and
And
this
I
is...
am Mohammed Faisal, your sub-editor. I think we need to change the intro just a bit.
Why not? No, I like it. It's consistent. Why?
We could say, like, good evening, Generation Weekly. My name is Mohammed Faisal Khalid bin Sultan Al-Qasmi, your host, or co-host, and this is...
Jawad, your co-host too.
or host.
We're both hosters. All right, okay,
We're
fine.
both co-hosts.
We'll work on it for the next one. All right.
Yeah,
We'll
in
make
the
it
next
better.
episode. Anyway,
So, what are we talking about today?
we are going to talk about balls.
Yeah, balls. Not any balls. Monkey
Yeah, because... Wait, what?
balls. What? Monkey balls. What? Why? Don't look at me like that.
Super monkey balls.
Not just any
Now that
regular
sounds
balls.
even weirder.
Of course, if you have never heard of Super Monkey Balls, you'll be like, what?
What?
But no, it's actually a legitimate game, and it's a really good game. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Super Monkey Ball is part of the Sega family. Yes, their family. They're part of the family with Sonic, Samba de Amigo, and Jet Set Radio. But I haven't seen them in ages. Like a Samba de Amigo, a Samba de Amigo game is already there, but Jet Set Radio. But that's for another time. Anyway, tonight we are going to talk about Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube.
All right. More specifically about Super Monkey Ball 2. That's the one I'm more experienced with.
Oh, okay.
They're basically the same thing. The differences are quite minor. Now, let me explain what Super Monkey Ball is to anyone who doesn't know what it is. It's a puzzle game. That's the gist of it. The best way to describe it, which type of puzzle, is a labyrinth sort of game.
A labyrinth.
Labyrinth puzzle. And the idea is you have those monkeys inside plastic balls.
Clear plastic.
Semi-clear.
Well, actually, they're inside gachapon.
Okay,
That makes more sense.
If people
since
know what
they're
that is.
clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what gachapon are, they're basically the balls inside those vending machines that have the toys in the balls.
Yeah, those like they can open in half. Basically.
Yeah. Which the monkeys are in those.
And the idea is to get the monkey to the finish line, and he's in that ball. So basically, he rolls through the level, and you don't control the monkey itself. You kind of tilt the level as a labyrinth does. And the ball rolls, and you have to make sure it gets safely to the end. And that's basically it. It's just a puzzle game, and it gets more difficult.
there are more than one character, like I or
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
However,
with
if
weird
you're
names.
trying to win, it'll get difficult. You'll probably go with the baby because it's the smallest.
Yeah.
That
I guess.
eventually, once you play it for a long time, you'll always go with the baby because it's so small. It's easier to control. The bigger ones are hard to easily fall off the level.
Just like that mushed face one, right?
Yeah. All right, so
I think he's a dummy or something. I don't know.
but they're monkeys.
You're right.
Come on, give them some credit. Although they got themselves stuck in balls, so yeah, they're not that bright, are they? All right, so shall we begin with the pros and cons?
Yes, you know our routine, pros, cons, and the verdict. So who should we start with? Why don't you press on the screen? I'm kidding. It's not an interactive, but that would actually be pretty cool.
Can we do that?
I have no flippin' clue. Anyway, I think you should start with
that. I mean, that's for later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I think you should start with the first pro.
Pro and con. Which one of these shows us trust in plenty of them? Fine, I'm not sure if this is a pro exactly, but yeah, it's a fast-paced game, which is not always the case for puzzle games, you know?
Yeah,
Usually
that's
puzzle games
true.
are slow, you have to wait and
you
try
take
to
your
analyze the
time.
level and find the best way through. But this one, you're rushing through the puzzle, you're trying to do it quickly, because in some levels they don't even give you time because the level is about to flip over if you don't go through it. And some of them you have to just go quickly or you get pushed. You know, they force you to go fast most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the first time I played this game was just really hectic. I'm the type of person that panics at like multiplayer games, single player games, at anything. like when the gameplay gets really confusing, I panic. But in this game, I panicked way too quickly. Like, I guess in the first 10 seconds, I started to panic. And I kept rolling off the whole stage. Which in my defense was...
But they did it well. The levels restart quickly, and they don't give you a lot of time to get frustrated. You keep trying and trying. And it gives it more, challenge. It's fun. It's actually the fast pace of the fast pace of the game is actually very fun. There are a few levels that you have to go slowly, but those levels are like very difficult. You have a thin line you have to walk on.
Oh, yeah,
so that you spend an hour trying to balance himself, and then but that's basically it. It's a very, very different kind of a puzzle game.
Well, speaking of puzzle stages, there are way too many stages.
Whoa, yes, there's so many stages.
Like the first one, I guess, had like over 150.
Way too many, but it has a very good thing. There's always something. Keep getting through, and they keep getting bigger and more difficult, and the levels become huge and expansive.
And it gets more complex. That's what's amazing about it.
It's very
I mean, if you get like your goal ready, like if you have your goal just either bonus or regular, like go to the goal or collect as many bananas as you can. Then
that we didn't mention that. There are bananas. There's bananas to collect throughout the level. And
bananas!
You would want to collect them because every 100 bananas gives you a 1-up, basically. Like.
Yeah.
And the extra lives are very, very important in that game. You die a lot.
I am a banana.
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 Like a banana. Okay. Back. So a lot of puzzles.
And speaking of puzzles, again.
Wait. Not just a lot of puzzles. You were gonna say it, weren't you?
Yeah, but no, you go ahead.
There was many game modes, and not only does it get difficult, they give you newer, more difficult levels, but the earlier levels you did are modified in such a way that they become more difficult, with more danger or more holes or whatever. Well, holes basically don't fall.
Yeah. Well, I've never reached that far, so I have no idea how hard they got.
So basically, imagine you had 50 levels in the first stage. Now, when you go to the next difficulty, you have 50 new levels plus 50 old levels that become more difficult. And
so
then
practically you get 100.
And then again, when you go to the master difficulty, all of them are revamped plus new levels.
Alright, so there these difficulties,
so
what are... Oh, okay, all of them are normal?
Expert,
extra, and
master.
master.
I think, yeah.
Is there any that I've missed out?
I don't think so. I think that's all of it, yeah. And that's just the puzzles, but do you know about the minigames in that game?
Oh, yeah, I heard about the minigames, but I have no idea about those.
Usually, in games where you have the main mode and the minigames or something extra, they're usually boring or just there just for the sake of having them. But in this game, the minigames are actually very fun. Multiplayer.
Damn it, I didn't get it in.
You suck at puzzles, don't you?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you do some stuff. You're fine. So yeah, the mini games here are meant to be multiplayer because there's one, for example, where you roll down and you fly into an island, and the island is like a dartboard, and wherever you land, you get points.
Oh, okay.
So it's simple, but with a company, when you're playing with friends and everything, it's fun. There's so much to do, and it's the same thing, but it's fun. It's like a fun competition.
Yeah.
They have a golf game. They have a billiard game where you play with the balls themselves, the monkeys and the balls. So there's a lot to do when you're not playing the main game, which is surprisingly fun. So yeah, we talked a lot about how good it is. So what's bad about the game?
About how bad they are.
Why don't you start us off with the first?
Well, since like this game has like a lot of stages, I don't think there's replay value in this. Like the replay value is extremely limited to most people.
That is true. Once you finish the game, basically, there's nothing to do again except repeat it. I mean, you've done the puzzles. Why would you do them again? However, try finishing the game first. There's, as we said, there's so many puzzles, and they get really difficult. So, to replay the game, you have to finish it first. Now, does it really matter if there's a replay value if you're never gonna finish it at all?
I see what you did there.
Exactly. You're not gonna get to a point where you want to replay it because you're gonna continue playing it for the first time. And that's never gonna end.
Yeah, with that amount of stages and levels and mini games and so on.
The mini games are replayable. That's one thing.
Okay,
The minigames are very
I guess
replayable.
that's.
But yeah, the main game
yeah.
doesn't have a replay value. That's true.
It's limited. You could say it's limited.
Okay, what else is there?
Well, to some people it gets old. Like, I guess in the first 40 stages.
Yes,
Like, it gets old for them.
I can agree with you on that because basically it's the same game over and over again. You're just trying to get to the finish line. If you're not enjoying it, you're gonna get bored quite quickly. I mean, if you like the game, you're gonna love it to the end. If you try again to the end. But yeah, you're gonna enjoy the whole thing. But if it's not your thing, you're gonna get bored of it quite quickly. I have to say it. It's repetitive.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's repetitive.
The levels are different, but it's basically the same idea. If you're not happy with it, you're not gonna like it. It's either you like it or you don't. That's it.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, I'm the type of person that panics too quickly. You could if you are not careful with your mission or how you're playing, you could lose it. And when I say lose it, you go crazy. The whole stage flips over. The ball just flies out, and you start panicking, and it happens over and over and over again. If you're that type of person.
If you're an easily frustrated person, you're gonna.
Yeah,
Which is surprising. I am an easily frustrated person. I hate games where you die over and over again. It's just I can't handle them. But this game does something special. Even yes, it can be bad if you were frustrated easily, but they try to fix it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
As I said before, the level restarts quickly, so there's no time. Like when you die and you have to wait for a loading screen. There's none of that. You just die, you start again. You just keep going. You don't stop. So it feels it's continuous. They try things, but yes, it can get very, very frustrating. It's very difficult.
Well, those were the pros and cons, and
actually, I want to add one more con that personally agitated me.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a very small thing. The controls are fine. The controls are very fine. You never find any problems with them, except that you can't really stop once you start moving, which people might say, "What?" But it's actually true. You might stop the ball. You stop the ball, but then it doesn't really stop. It's still moving, even if it's moving at 0.1 miles per hour. That doesn't sound as much, but at levels where you have like literally an inch away from falling off the edge and you can't stop, that's not good. That can get annoying because it's not your fault.
Well, I guess I barely noticed it.
Yeah, people don't notice, but if you play it for a long time and you get to the levels where you need precision, it can get annoying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I see where you're going with that, and
I'm sorry I talked a lot about that, but it really just pissed me off back
It's
then.
okay. I understand what you mean.
Alright,
So,
what's next?
back on track, I guess. Yeah. What's the verdict with you? Like, what do you think of? Like, what's the verdict to you, in your opinion?
It's a fantastic game, but it's love it or hate it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing.
Yeah.
If you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you flippin' hate it.
Yeah, if you hate it, you'll never play it. But if you love it, you're not gonna stop playing. Yeah, it's very addictive. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess. Well, in my opinion, if you love games that are either fast, or if you love like puzzle games, if you love speeding through, or if you love to take your time, then this is the game for you. In my opinion, since this game is a success for Sega, I urge you to play this. As a fellow Sonic fan and a Sega fan, I urge you to buy this game and play it and 100% it like you did, didn't you?
I don't think so.
You had one job! One job!
I remember getting to master level, but it got too difficult. If you don't believe me, go and look up those videos on YouTube.
I think I've seen one, and I know,
Wow.
I know that. Oh, anyway, do you think we should have like anything to say?
You mean other than about the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have an announcement to say.
Yeah.
Something.
Guys, this is going to be a mid-season finale. If you guys don't know what that is, I think you can explain it. since you've seen enough shows that do that.
Yes, I have.
And you're like cracking your knuckles, getting ready.
It's basically an episode where a season comes to a temporary halt, where we go on a hiatus for a while, and then we come back and continue the season. It's not a finale where we stop for a long time. It's temporary. So you'll not be seeing us for the next couple of weeks. But we promise we'll be back with even better episodes.
Oh, better episodes, just like